Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another week of racing in the Indigo Racing League Division 1. Welcome back if you joined ourselves last week. I'm not too sure we were here on Sunday. I think we were last Tuesday, last time we streamed. But I said welcome back to everyone who continuously joins us for the drama that tends to happen in Indigo. By the side of me in the commentary box this evening, I have Hugs. Again, Hugs, how are we doing?
I'm doing good, yeah. As I've put to the lads in our Discord, I will be here every week.
Yeah, so shouldn't be no need for announcements of who is in the comms box with me this week, if at all anyone. It should always be the good old loyal Hugs sat with me, commentating on a lot of drama to ensue, I'm sure. Sprint week round Austria.
I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of incidents, as we can see here, on this sharp right turn, sorry.
That's turn one, isn't it? Yeah, there's lots of DRS. I think there's 3 DRS activation points. So lots of places for overtaking as well. All 3 DRS activation points as well. All one corner after another. So it does pay dividends to kind of possibly wait till the back of that DRS there in the last third section of it, and make you move on that corner there. Anyone for you, Hugs, who's looking like they could be a standout winner? Obviously with it being a one-shot qualifying as well.
I mean, most of them here, they're all pretty equally paced, I'd say. I'm not being biased here or anything, but I've got a feeling Thompson might show us a bit of Scottish magic.
Thompson would be a great shout, but he is also one of the drivers that's commonly in the DNF section or at the back of the grid. Not something that obviously he'll be striving to achieve this week, hopefully. But yeah, so there's a couple of drivers that I'll have my eye on. I'm expecting a couple of people. Ben's one person who I've noticed tends to go a bit too balls to the wall, bit ham. Hard as a motherfucker through the one-shot qualifying and tends to invalidate and obviously starts at the back of the grid, which then just causes him no end of issues. So a clean qualifying session from Ben would be something I would love to see. Just running with the front view, wait for the first couple of corners to get completed, to get a kind of an idea who's running at the top. It's Boo, Czech, Salmon, Thompson, Bennett's retired, again invalidation. It's going to catch a couple of people around here. We've got Thompson and Czech slotting up between 3rd and 4th. Oh, Thompson has gone up to 2nd, 2nd and 3rd now. Ben as well, as we mentioned, Ben up into P5 in the Alpha with Yuri. See him just behind him. Ben moving up and down, quite close between Stikovic, but it seems to be P1 for Boo continuously through this one-shot qualifying. He had it through corner 1 and continuously through the back end of Austria. It looks pretty solid for Boo. And Thompson's taking the lead in the one-shot qualifying with 2 corners to go. Is Boo going to be able to make a comeback through these last 2 sections? It's going to be so tight between these two now. The Ferrari and the Mercedes. Kevin's retired on the second to last corner. It's Boo and Thompson. Who's it going to be? Thompson crosses the line first, and it's almost less than a tenth between them. Thompson with an absolute blinder towards the back end of that one-shot qualifying session there. Sorry about that, Hugs. Didn't really give you much opportunities to get a word in edgeways there. But that is the one-shot qualifying complete. Hugs, I'll allow you to do a rundown. P1 to 15, I think it will be this evening.
Yeah, unlike, obviously, you're legally a man, we don't reverse the grids here.
It's not reverse grid. And I believe it's the points are exactly the same as what they are for the sprint, so...
Yeah, so I've got Thompson in that Ferrari just clipping Boo's wings to steal that P1 spot. Boo in 2nd, Ben Smith or Shadowrama, however you want to call him, in P3. The Red Bull of Czech, P4, Sam Rumson. And the game just starts to cut it off for me. Brilliant.
It did say that you had like minimum seconds left. But yeah, I say it's... Hugs, look at this weather for the sprint. Ooh. This is most certainly going to put the damper on a couple of drivers' spirits here. Expect a lot of crashes. Now, if I am not mistaken, is there a formation lap?
There should be.
Because I think last time we did this, there should have been, and I was outside having a smoke whilst the race was going on. That is something I'm trying to avoid. I can't even find my fucking lighter. Oh, I bet she's got it. Babe! You got ignition? Yeah, of course you did. Yeah, that's it. What are you doing? Looking for spiders.
Cool.
But yeah, is there anybody that is joining us at the moment? I don't even know if I'm live, you know. I think I am.
But yeah, it's formation lap.
I am. Yeah, that's fine. I am live. Just double checking. Yeah, formation lap. It's very, very sodden here in Austria. It appears it must be a continuously wet sprint race. With the wets going on, I don't believe the track's going to have a chance to dry out in the 12 laps of racing.
Oh, definitely not. If anything, I think they'll switch to the inters within, I'm going to call it 6 laps.
Well, this is obviously, it's the new F1 setting. It's not like Red Arrows. Well, it is Red Arrows now, but you obviously don't. It's not a mandatory pit stop in this sprint.
Yeah.
So you're going to be looking at a couple of drivers. Wonder if there's any bad blood between Jay and Ant following Monday's tap under the safety car, should we say. Hopefully this hasn't spilled over from Monday into Tuesday night racing.
No, you never know.
I say looking
It's always got blood upstairs, even if your teammates and this.
Say as well, just a little bit of information for all of the drivers, all of the people, sorry, that don't have access to the standings. It's actually very close in the constructors. We've got Kevin and Tex tied at the top with Mercedes, of Bennett and Boo, and then 81 points behind them in third, or second essentially, is Alfa Romeo, Yuri and Ben. But Kevin, Yuri and James, all are the top 3 runners at the moment. Have we pulled up into the grid?
Oh, Team McLaren's disqualified from the formation lap.
Yeah, I was waiting for the cars. They're here. We have 3, 4, 5, and all the lights are out and under away. And it appears to be a very defensive start, but slow from Boo. And we've got a Ferrari spinning off, and it's Mark. Mark's been absolutely... Oh, it's Morse somehow made a collision with Mark. There is no safety car. It's just yellow flags, but it appears to be a clean getaway for the front 6. Yuri and Ben are fighting out. P5 and 6 side by side, both Alfa Romeos. And Yuri's got it on. There's a collision. I'm not sure what's happened there, but Ant's gone straight on. 10-second penalty for Ant there. I'm not too sure what's happened there. That is very unlike the Haas driver. There's penalties all over the grid. Kevin's got a penalty as well. It's virtual safety car. And we've got Thompson into P1 and Boo down in P3. I'm not too sure what's happened there either. We've had many collisions. Issues on the track. Ant appears to be letting everyone through. You might have to turn your mic a bit, because I can't hear you.
I'll do a little bit of
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and change the party settings quickly.
I've got the party settings so that when we invite drivers, you just keep recording, didn't have to fuck about with it.
I've got it so I can hear the game over your voice more a little bit, I think. It's going to be Ant into the pits.
Is this better?
Yeah, I've turned it up on my end as well, so.
Alright.
And we've got a Ferrari, we've got Mark, Yuri, and Ant in the pits. And Mark's actually gone to the Inters here. I wonder if...
Ant's just spun in turn 1. Oh, Badger.
Yeah, Badgeran's gone in turn 1, yeah. I wonder if we're going to see all 3 drivers on the intermediates. There are indeed.
That could be risky.
Stikovic and Bennett going side by side. I think Stikovic has the better exit though. Bennett's going to have to succumb the position down into P11.
Oh, check spam.
And he has, and where is the drive? He is off the grass yet. That is in sector 3, just at the start of. Come back on the track in P8. And we've got check around again, and he's going to lose a wing yet. He's struggling to get it back on track. Seen many of the front runners off, losing it quite early on here. And Bennett check does brilliantly to avoid Ben coming back on track. Got Morph up into P3. Thompson is into the pits, is it? And it's a straight up tyre swap for Thompson into the intermediates, and it appears that a number of the drivers are going to the inters. I wonder if it is the superior tyre. We've got Bennett in the pits as well, same as Shadow Realm and Check. Check will be repairing damage. Bennett also repairing damage on that front wing.
I'm just running on board here with Boo. You can see the track where they're racing has dried up a little bit, so I think that is the right call.
Yeah, it is. I say the back 9 drivers now all on the intermediates. The front 9 still to pit. It's going to be interesting to see if these wet runners are going to stick with the wets, and if they are, how long they can stick with them. There's a great battle for P1 going on still. Front 3 cars remaining pretty close with each other. And then the pairing in 5 and 6 between McLaren as well. And Ben and Yuri, teammates again, following each other through the grid. And we've got Ben almost out braking himself there. And not
contact there between Boo and Dan Robinson.
Oh, and Kevin's lost it again. He's going to have to be very careful when he gets this back on track, because there is a Ferrari of Mark coming through. When does he get it on track? And he's just, that's very dangerous, just sat in the middle of the track from Kevin there. Does he pit and go onto the intermediates? I wonder. No, he stays out on the wet tyres for Kevin. Morphu and Sam still in 1, 2 and 3. We've got Ben going into the pits, and Ben's just hit the wall going into the pits. I wonder if this is a retirement for Ben. It is. It's so unfortunate. It's not what you want to see, Ben retire. It's almost every race now. Something has to be done about this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be something done sooner rather than later. And Badgeman's retired.
And Badgeman's gone as well. Yeah, I believe that's actually on the pit straight.
Oh, that could have been risky. Boo just bricked, nearly brake checked Sam Robinson.
I think it was everyone trying to slow down for the Delta. This is a full safety car though. It's going to, yeah, we're going to see a lot of drivers yet. Sam, Morph, Tree, them's nuts, Jay.
Number stacking.
Yeah, that's going to be both McLarens. That's going to impact Jay's race quite horrifically. Aston Martin's in as well, but Thompson, it's going to be interesting to see where Thompson can jump ahead of the pack. All of the ones who didn't jump onto the intermediate, sorry, see how many places Thompson can gain. It's going to be a hell of a lot. It's Thompson all the way up into P3 now. It's a great strategy, and it's almost P2 as well. Just not managing to get that little bit of extra time. We've got Check with a drive-through. Speeding under the safety car.
Check's there. I think Thompson's got here his intermediates are 2 laps old, so they'll be one in. Probably I'm going to say to the correct amount.
I think Kevin's in the pits. Sorry.
That's alright, then you've got the rest around him, so you've got Boo and Sam Robinson, obviously just pitted for fresher ones. I think Thompson's going to get a better safety car restart here.
On the fresher tyres, most certainly, and especially with his ability, it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. Jay only losing a place on that pit stop. Morph slotting in between the 2 McLarens.
think it'll be either next lap or lap 7.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not another red arrows where I think we had 7 safety cars across 30-40 laps.
What? Did you set that one up?
The lobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the safety car one?
Reduced.
How? There's no way that was on reduced.
Oh, yeah, it's a sprint week, it was on reduced.
I thought increased.
No, it's increased on standard weeks because I reduced it on sprints because there was no point having a fucking 10 lap sprint and then only 3 laps of racing because there's been 3 safety cars. So we would put it on reduced for the sprint week and then standard for when it's just a regular feature race.
I was going to say because some of the accidents I had they were not safety car.
It's a very, very strange race though to say that everyone started on the wets and then a lot later people are on the intermediates, and it seems that the intermediates are working, so it's a strange thing that if only someone had managed to go on the intermediates straight away, I was about to say we might see the safety car in this lap, and we will. Which is annoying, I was going to go for smoke, but...
You'll just have to wait for the crossover. Only 6 laps, won't be that long.
Halfway through our sprint week in Austria. See, if I was Boo, I'd be looking at flooring it on the just under this little yellow banner now. I'd give the safety car enough time to get in. He'd be looking at going now. Sam's not wiggling though. He's paying attention.
There's Thompson's looking at Sam, waiting for that move.
And I think Boo's gone.
That's fully gone, yeah. Now he has. I think they caught Thompson napping a little bit.
Yeah, no one's got a really great start. Apart from Morph, who's the closest to them's nuts. And Morph's going to get that moved on down the inside of the McLaren, which may even bring Jay through. Jay looking to make a move down on his teammate. It's going to be 2 places. Them nuts has lost in 1 lap. Is Jay going to dive down the inside? It's very tight across the apex, and he's gone very slow around there. Stikovic is going to be making a move down the inside, and he has. Jay losing out due to poor line, and Yuri and Mark are going at it behind them also.
Jim trying to make a move.
Oh, and Mark's just tapped the back of Yuri, which has almost sent him into a spin. Mark backs off, which is very respectful, but unfortunately due to that, Bennett's managed to slide through into P10.
I'll tell you what you like here is the fight between Jay and Stikovic.
Yeah, I think Jay just made a wonderful move down the outside around the 3rd to last corner there.
It was beautiful. That's all I'm saying. Look at it on Jay.
Great racing from the McLaren driver. He seems to really hit a nice patch of form recently. It's great to see.
It's nice to see like the lower drivers who are not that good against the likes of Thompson. Enmar there in P5, but he's not made.
Nice to definitely holding his own. Bennett riding so close behind Yuri now. Yuri won't be too impressed at his teammates.
Enmorph just set a purple in the first sector.
And Morph's actually just done Page there in turn 2. Coming into turn 3 now, he's right on the rear diffuser of Morph, but Morph is just too far away to make a move and has great line. We've got Mark and Ant going wheel to wheel, banging contact. Mark's on the grass. Ant's taking the position back down the inside. Now it looks like there's more contact between the 2 drivers, and Ant's looks like he's pretty much conceded that position. And he's right on the back of Mark again. Kevin looking at this drama behind. Bennett also having a look at Yuri, but just doesn't really know when to make a move. It looks like he's going to make it down at the start of the pit entry, and he's going to be so close. I think Yuri backs out of that and knows farewell. If they were going to go wheel to wheel, there's going to be some form of incident. Great racing by the McLaren and Alfa Romeo driver. Battling Ferrari and Haas in P11 and 12 are dropping off the rest of the pack now.
Did you mean by Ferrari and Alfa Romeo? The fans are a bit head up.
You what, sorry?
You said McLaren and Alfa Romeo. Did you mean Ferrari and Alfa Romeo?
Yeah, sorry, I did, yeah.
That's what I was looking at it going,
Yeah,
Ferrari?
my bad. But we've just seen Jay there look to go and make a move on his teammate, and his teammate really is not playing nice at all, shut the door very aggressively. Had Jay not backed out, most certainly was causing a spin. And we've got Bennett going side by side with Stikovic with great exit speed from there.
That was beautiful.
And that's Bennett up into P8 now. Him and Page, just a quick comment, both gained 8 places from the start.
Wow.
Wonderful to see.
So, for the sprint race so far, who would you say is your driver of the day?
I think it has to be Bennett. Bennett's, although he seems to do it quite often, he's got a brilliant ability to charge through the pack.
I'm going with Ben Moore. He started a lot further down.
And we've got Czech spinning in the pits. I believe this is going to be a retirement as well.
This has got damage. Yep, they've got retired.
Down to 13 now. Mark making a move on Kevin. Ants also dropped some way back as well. We missed Kevin making a double move in 2 corners over the 2 now back markers. Ants still carrying that penalty with only 2 laps left to go. Still a relatively closely spaced pack.
They were making 2 major moves at the minute.
If you had the ability to choose, Hug, what would you do? Would you put it on a wet race for the feature? What would you like to see?
See, because as I've seen, I would put wet race for a spin like this, and then drive the feature race, because the sprint race, it will allow some of the lower down drivers, for example like Enmouth, to come up and high bit the field. For sure, they do block here.
Then Mutt's just getting a penalty as well, and due to the closeness of the grid, if this stays like it does for another lap and a half, he's going to get absolutely chucked down the grid and most definitely out of the points, bringing Bennett and Stikovic further into the points. And we've got, I think it's Kevin round. Kevin's out. Kevin is out of the race on the exit of turn 2, it appears, on the straight.
We didn't see that either.
No, I was watching the battles at the back of the grid. I'm not too sure if maybe there's been some contact. But I believe Kevin was actually in front of Mark and behind Yuri. So not too sure, maybe something will pop up in the incident tickets. But it's too late for a safety car to come out now, I believe, for a virtual as well. And we've got Jay and them nuts. And them nuts has gone very wide, and he's come back at Jay, and he's almost in the back tyre there. And we've got Thompson retired. What has happened to Thompson? He's in the pits, retired from P3.
That's interesting. But what that does, that gives anyone.
I suggest you get in that chat and ask him what he's done. This is not what we want to see. Out of the 5 drivers gone, I think 4 of them have been retirements in the pits.
3 have been retirements in the pit.
Oh, Badgeman and Kevin, sorry, were the 2 non-retirements.
Yeah.
All 3 respectable standings in the admin kind of area within the league as well. Hopefully they've got reasons for it. Not what we really want to see, people retiring. Only 11 drivers left now, less drivers than we've seen laps remaining. I say this is the last lap, and Boo has gained a 3.5 second advantage now on Sam behind him. Sam, the D2 bandit, formerly of D1, who put his attendance down to get himself into D2 with win more races. Admin said no, back into D1, sir, and there is his P2 with more from the Red Bull rounding off the podium positions. Hugs, I'll allow you to do it from P3 downwards.
qualifying, as we saw, Edmore coming field. He's going to be my sprint driver of the day. I disagree with the game there. Just wait for it to come up.
I would love to know what happened with Ant there as well. I think it was in turn 2 or 3 where he just sent it into the wall.
I think we'll get Alan Thompson in the chat to have a word with him, which I'll do that.
I'm not. I think it's straight into it for some reason.
Oh yes, it's unlike Red Rose, they just go straight into it.
Yeah.
Because there's no
I
penalties.
don't know if they've got any penalties to apply though.
I think that gets done for the sprint.
What the fuck happened to you in turn 3?
Slammed my brakes on it, just kept going. I'm not stopping it.
Alright, cool. That's all I wanted to know. It genuinely looked like you, like I thought your remote had died, but then I was like, they couldn't use it as a fucking wheel.
No, it's just one of them.
Alright, Sam. Alright, cool. No worries, that's it.
No, mate.
Alright, to do it. So, heard it from the horse's mouth. It was just user error. The terribly shocking drive in there from Ant.
I'm going to question the Scottish one now.
Oh, she's taking the piss. She's taking the fucking lighter upstairs. Right, where's my coat? Where's my coat? Where's my coat? I've got like 5 lights in my coat pocket. There we go.
You better run. You've got 4 seconds.
My coat's there in my hand, don't worry.
Nah, let's not tell you about it. Wait, what were you complaining about then? If you had them with you?
What? No, I was looking in my... No, because I've got my dressing gown on, but they were in my coat pocket.
Ah, right.
And I was trying to figure out where my coat is, whether when I got home from work I took it off and put it upstairs or whether it was downstairs. But less about my my life and my third world problems. Formation lap is underway for the... How many laps is it? 28?
36.
Fuck, oh, it's Austria and it's like fucking 50-second lap. 36 laps round Austria. Wonder how the drivers are going to react with, I say, all those fast people hugs right at the back of the grid.
I think there will be some people shaking at this.
You could look at this and think that you were watching an episode of Red Arrows with a reversed grid, because the back of the grid does have contain some serious pace with the drivers placed there.
You were some at the top here. I know everyone around you is on medium and hard tyres. Would you not risk it on some softs?
I think they burn out very, very fast around here. You don't really give those tyres much time to kind of deheat, to cool down, so it's just constant wear. On the softs, I'd say maybe only 4 or 5 laps, I'd say. Good laps with grip, maybe, at least.
So, like, right at the end to get that fastest lap then?
I think the people on the hards maybe looking at going all the way to the end with a soft.
Predicted stop strategy here, 8 to 11 laps on softs, and then 2 mediums for soft runners.
So it's all viable options for the drivers as we see them wait and line up now to get us underway. Week 7 at Austria, and I'm hoping we don't have a glitch. We do not. We are underway.
I just want to point something out before we go. Have you seen Kevin start?
Yeah, very, very wide, Kevin.
Unless that could be a bit of an advantage to him.
And we've got 4 wide from Bennett. Bennett's making some massive moves, and it doesn't appear there is a yellow flag. Oh, there's huge collision in the pit straight. Oh. Yuri, Tree and Moore for all round. That's 3 cars in the first corner. Down 10-8 and
Feels like I'm off here.
20 positions lost between the 3 drivers. We've got Badgeman going very slow. Ben as well. Mark off the track in turn 2.
I think that might have been caused by Chef really, because
Mark's left the session on track.
Ooh. I'm pretty sure that will be a penalty incoming for him.
I'm just not sure that the level of Division 1, why people are retiring. There's 35 laps, gentlemen. Anything can happen. Now we're going to have to succumb to an AI car on track, unless it's a connection issue and Mark joins back. Kevin looking to make a move on Ben. Very close pack now. It's just the front four that kind of speeding away from the rest of the drivers. Sam, obviously, the bandit, taking P1. Bennett and Boo, a great pairing, great result. If they can keep it that way from McLaren, the Alfa Romeo of Ben is just making a little look down check and decides against it.
What place here? Richard was at the back, wasn't he? All the way now up to P5.
And is Stikovic going to send it up the inside of Arne? I don't think he is. No contact. All drivers through turn 2 very nicely. Stikovic is actually making a move on Ant now. And does Ant cut him up? There's no contact. Space has been left by both drivers, and I think Ant's got the better line. We'll keep the position for the remaining 3 corners of the lap. But as soon as that DRS is active...
Jay versus
it's
here. Jay's crawling all over him.
It's the mutts on Stikovic. But Jay is also crawling over the Mercedes. Both McLarens looking to make moves up the grid.
Question is, which one's Ricardo?
I don't know. I don't know the mutts nuts that much. But there we have it. DRS is going to be enabled up this straight now. And it's going to be on Bennett. Bennett's going to be the one that everyone's closing on. We've got the mutts nuts, speaking of him, and Stikovic around, and we've got a Mercedes, a Red Bull round of Czech, sorry. This is just not what we want to be seeing in Division 1. Both Red Bulls have lost it in turn 1 in consecutive laps. Badgeman overtaking Thompson. Look at them all with DRS now. Is Thompson going to be looking to make a move back at the end of this DRS? Oh, Badgeman goes very wide. Thompson takes the inside line, and that is a great capitalisation from Thompson there.
Just said thank you there.
Yeah. Badgeman running very wide, and Thompson, as Hugs just said, says thank you very much with his arms wide open. Say great racing from drivers 7 and behind. Morph right behind Tree. Yuri also right behind him. Any mistake from these drivers is going to allow the competition from behind to take advantage. And it was previously involved in the battle in Stikovic. Stikovic has also lost it, and also one of the ones in turn 1 all the way down to 14. The Mutts Nuts taking Yuri on the pit straight. Oh, and he spun Morph. I think there was maybe contact. I'm not sure if there was. With the Mutts Nuts and Morph, both Red Bulls having an absolute mare. Check is in the... It was Morph that was spun. It's the Mutts Nuts. It's coming under and say, oh, we've got... Oh, and that was so close when the Mutts Nuts had to avoid Badgeman there. So close, I think that's given Yuri just that half a tenth he needed, and the Mutts Nuts cuts Yuri up. I'm not sure if it's just me, Hugs, but this is some insanely aggressive driving from the Mutts Nuts, possibly something that the stewards will be looking at.
They will be looking at that. That was extremely dangerous.
And we've got Bo leaving the server as well, we've just seen.
I think that might be some connection issue with Bo then.
No, he's left the server.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Ah. So that means Div 1 drivers down a lot.
Yeah. Stikovic is in the pits having to serve that penalty. Puts the new front wing on as well. I think he's actually served a penalty. I think it's just a front wing change. But the drivers are relatively spaced out.
Oh, he served the penalty.
Bennett on his teammate. Boo.
There's no penalties out.
And then Kevin behind Thompson and Yuri behind the Mutts Nuts. The only really battles on track at the moment. Bennett now with the DRS on his teammate. Boo going very defensive down the inside, but he has conceded the position there. But now Boo has 2 DRS zones himself to gain that position back, as Bennett doesn't have DRS on Sam. Don't think Boo's going to make a move here. It's going to have to be on this straight, and it looks like it's going to be. He's got much better exit there. Boo takes that position well before the corner. He says, thank you very much, I'll take that P2 back. Bennett, thank you very much. And yeah, check. Coming up to the front runners is about to be lapped. Riding on board with Bennett now. So close behind his teammate. They don't want to be touching and taking each other out. They want to be getting as much constructors points as possible. Second and third would be brilliant for Mercedes today. And fire them up, the constructors, for sure.
The battle here between Thompson and Kevin. Oh, Kevin's just spun Thompson. I think he just clipped the back of him, sending him spinning into the wall.
And
there's keep it going though.
There's an end plate missing from the Ferrari there.
Oh, I think there will be an investigation there.
Yeah, and we've also got Tree off as well in turn 1. Thompson and Badman go past, and Morph also.
I think Morph only just got that through, yeah, because Page just gone and taken it right back.
But Tree very slow around that corner, and then we've got another. It's Badgeman off. Turn 2 and 3 is just awful for Division 1 today. Morph overtaking Tree down that tight right-hander. Got the position done. But Tree almost thinks about slinging one down the inside of Morph, but thinks about it and decides that it was a far too aggressive move to attempt. The nuts still less than half a tenth behind Yuri. Let's see how aggressive he plays this now. The McLaren coming up the pit straight behind the Alfa Romeo. The only driver as it stands to not have lost a... Oh, and the nuts does send it. He goes very wide, but Yuri's got a cutback completed. Yuri with an absolute wonderful move. Saw him coming a mile off. But here comes the McLaren down the outside. How much room is Yuri going to give him? Racing room has been left. It's a foot race now. Yuri has to burn that ERS. And does actually have the DRS, which is why he's accelerated away from the McLaren. I was curious why the Mutz doesn't have his flap open, unlike Hugs' mum.
Fuck, he beat me twice, so you bastard.
Oh, we've got Boo going very wide there, continuously across that second to last corner. All 4 wheels on the track, off the track, sorry.
Cover up against his teammate, to be honest.
And here comes Bennett. It's going to be a continuous battle between these 2 Mercedes if they can keep it clean. 9 laps gone, and here comes Bennett. Thinks about the inside. He's just braking ever so later, and I think Boo's let him through there. I think Boo will be happy for him to pull him along, and he's on the slower compound. Doesn't want to mess anything up for the constructors. And we've got Tree round again in turn 1.
As we see here, is now Bennett's just now slowly pulling away. Which I think will let it bring back up Jay.
So Jay,
He's slowly, well, he was slowly chipping away.
lost some time ever so slightly. Boo obviously is not in the DRS zone anymore, so he's going to lose that little bit of oomph on his teammate, leaving Bennett to chase down Sam, who's pretty much maintained the lead of the race for the majority of the race. Thompson now making a move on the AI.
Oh, and there's
And
Payne.
yeah, trees around. Hopefully Thompson doesn't get caught in the mist. Oh, and that is not going to be something that Thompson's happy with. It's a very dangerous looking exit back onto the track from Tree. Thompson losing it but not sustaining any damage, thank God.
I think Czech will be happy here. Going back in. Oh. Page going really wide there.
And Tree is stopping on track almost to let Thompson back through, and Tree, yeah, there might be a retirement.
Yep. Come on lads, there's 26 laps still.
I think it was more because he was about to be lapped. I can kind of understand it once you've been lapped. And Bennett's managed to get 3-second penalty, not something Hilo wanted at this point of the race.
Joe will be saying thank you for that P3 then.
Indeed, just within that 3 seconds. Ben as well there, as I say, it's nice to see Ben in P6. All I was wishing for him is just to have a strong race, and it appears to be what he's having at the minute. Reignited a battle from Red Arrow Season 1 between Aeon Blades.
There'll still be that bad blood there between the both, I know that for a fact.
Yeah. So just over half a tenth between the two now, but as they come round these penultimate corners of the lap, Ben's going to have a big dose of DRS to bring him ever so closer.
I think the only really interesting battle here has to be...
And Badgeman's out. He's crashed.
Safety car.
Yeah, it's a full safety car. Out comes the safety car. You can see it on the pit lane.
Yep. I'll say that it's a really nice battle between going on P8 and P9 between Jerry and Nuts.
And we've got Ant into the pits. Ant is the first one.
Followed by Yuri.
Yeah, they're both medium compound runners as well. The issue is now is you've got 24 laps remaining of the race. I don't think you're going to see any of the hard compound tyre drivers pit morph onto the soft tyres, which is very strange.
Didn't he start on mediums?
Maybe he thinks there's going to be another safety car. Yuri onto the hard as well. Interesting to see if Sam pits at all. I think the first 6 or 7 drivers were already past the line when the safety car came out, and Sam is staying out on the hards, as is Bennett on the medium. So, but Boo is coming in to change the hards, which I didn't think you would see.
Still AI though, isn't he?
Boo.
Oh, but I was thinking. Bo.
Alright, no, Boo, sorry, not Bo. He's also in the pits though.
People be too happy about. There's a bit of a mix up there. So I'm going to overtake the safety car. I guess this will be using an outside for classic.
I'll let you just fill in some comments if Rick's on his get to the leak.
Oh yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, so still in the safety car, so not much really to commentate on here. I don't know where you're stuck with. I don't think the safety car's going to be in for a few laps due to how spread out the field is.
Safety car still on.
Oh, we've had Kevin just hit not much of a difference there. So the problem with safety cars, it's not ready to commentate on.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people are going to be too happy seeing as Raw is third place behind the safety car.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So far, who do you say is your driver of the day for the race? Who's going to be stuck in that?
It's hard to say. People are changing positions so often. People are spinning. It's hard to say. Someone, I don't want to say someone and then spinning turn one.
No, I'm going to jinx him straight up. I'm going to say Ben. He started right at the back, didn't he? And now he's P4.
Hiya, mate. Alright, cool. Give me 2 seconds. You might have to just sort like this out. Right, it will restart.
Ah, what's up?
I think just some bugs. I'll put it on Jay. But I've got it on Jay on like the broadcast view. Not him. So just like try commentate on Jay. Alright.
Well, I don't know what's going on here, but Thompson has slowed right down, allowing everybody through. Safety car will be in this lap, so everybody else has got off. Yeah, safety car is in this lap. So whoever's on, I don't know how many people are here, but I know you said stuck on Jay's view, but I'll try to do my best. See the safety car restart. I'll commentate the best I can with Sam here, up in P1, see when he sends it. We're on the final few corners now. Safety car is in the pits. I don't think he sent it yet. No, he hasn't. But now he has. I think he's caught some of them napping. Bennett though. Glad he did not. I think this being a little instant as well. Simeon Blades is down into P13.
I'm back.
I think we've had a little instant at there as well, but I'll show you away. Blades was in P6, now he's down in P13.
What's happening with that there? Got the nuts and Yuri going wheel to wheel. Yuri's just gone off the line there a little bit onto the grass.
We had Thompson during the safety car as well, let everybody through.
Oh, Morse making a move down the inside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Yuri's getting swallowed up because he's got such a poor line. It's going to be Thompson round the outside. Medium tyres, better traction. What's it going to be? We've got Kevin behind them wiggling, looking to make moves. And Thompson
making a move here.
Yeah, Thompson's got the position, and Kevin and Stikovic are right on the rear of Yuri, but Yuri's using that slipstream of Thompson to great effect.
Kevin having a little look there.
Yeah, always hit the back of Yuri going through turn one.
Thompson might be looking at the lead on Morph here.
How was the restart with
It was an odd one. Sam actually left it near enough to the line.
Oh, and checkers for come back, but there's Thompson.
Oh. I think Thompson might have got caught up in that.
Yeah.
Excuse me 1 sec.
Thompson looking to make moves. Morph's got the inside line down the Mutt's nuts, but in comes the Ferrari. Slings it around the outside. He's going to have the inside line of Morph, but Morph cuts it off beautifully. Those soft tyres working wonders for Morph in the defensive strategy. Thompson has to back out the throttle a little bit. DRS has enabled this lap, so we're going to see everyone fire up past the Mutt's nuts. Thompson probably pulls out a little bit too early for me. Should have continued using that slipstream, but easy.
I just saw this. I think that was Yuri coming off.
Yeah, Yuri and Kevin losing places. We've got 3 wide. Thompson, Morph and the Mutt's nuts. The Mutt's nuts gets first, but I'll check Morph and Thompson side by side. Soft tyres have prevailed there for Morph. Pair of them, DRS on the Mutt's nuts.
Now. With DRS as well. A lot before.
After a hell of an eventful race, including Czech's drive-through, I believe. 2 Red Bulls open to P6 and 7.
Oh, I didn't realise that's where Czech was. Wow.
I've got a feeling that Czech hasn't served his drive-through. I could be wrong.
He did. Actually,
did he?
as soon as the safe car ended the lap after, he straight went from the serve.
Alright. Thompson with a 3-second. Chasing the Mutt's nuts. Oh, we've got Morph going off on the track there and hitting the wall. Not too sure what happened there. But Thompson's putting some insane pressure on the Mutt's nuts. And we've got, speak of the Red Bull is round on turn 2. We just caught the start of that. Stikovic is coming up to try and put pressure on the Ferrari and the McLaren. The McLaren's pushing Thompson very, very tight around that corner. Thompson gets the line and the position, but he's going to come under immediate pressure from the DRS. For some reason the Mutt's nuts doesn't have DRS. Neither does Thompson, meaning Stikovic jumps the Mutt's nuts into P8. And here comes Ant, looking to make moves on the Mutt's nuts. Brakes earlier, looking to get that inside line, but the McLaren cuts it off. I think his next move is either going to be on the exit of this corner, which he just might have enough overspeed, or it's definitely going to be one of the first 3 corners of the DRS. Ant's thinking about it, he needs to stick behind, otherwise the DRS is just going to come into play.
Quite a few changes here which could come into play. Czech could go up to P5, putting JP4, then it's 3-second penalty.
Oh, we got Kevin wide. Kevin spanning his wing off the wall in turn 1 again. Round comes Yuri, round comes Morph. Doing well to avoid Kevin. Jay, Czech, all very close now to Bennett. Jay looking down the inside of Bennett. Is he going to be able to make the move stick? But Bennett's going to have the inside line if he can fight back. I don't think he has the line, nor the space. And here comes Czech from behind the pair. And I think Jay has managed to get this position solidified. Morph Czech. There's a little bit too much on the curb, but gets the position from Bennett. Bennett will not be happy, but he will have DRS coming up.
Oh, we've had Morph spin as well. I think Kevin down at the bottom has just shown us how to do donuts.
Yeah, Kevin and Morph both spinning, and that's a full safety car. Another safety car with 14 laps to go now, Hugs. Now look at this. Ben, Jay, all on the 20 lap all hards. They will be coming in for a fresh set of mediums.
Yeah,
Sam should be coming in, but it's a question of whether Boo comes in. Does he bite the bullet?
With these we've got here, we've still got Nuts and Bennett on 20 lap or mediums.
Yeah, him and Sam. And we've got more from intermediates.
I think that might have been a mistake, and I think he will be retiring.
He might go around the track once.
That is unfortunate, to say the least.
Kevin's just got a 5 second for speed in the pit lane. And here we will see who dives in. Sam is not in the pits. I repeat, Sam has not come in the pits. Neither is...
Kevin's gone on to medium. Inters. I wonder if I've noticed something we haven't.
Yeah, maybe there's something we haven't seen here, ladies and gentlemen. I think you might be right, Hugs. Bennett's on the softs, thinking that there's going to be another pit stop with rain included in the race. So there's drama to come, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye on your weather radar. Keep tweaking those curtains for any sight of rain. But this can only fly Bennett through the pack, depending how long until this rain comes out. It must be soon. But the fact that there's no rain yet, it's making me think.
As well.
It's making me think they've jumped the gun.
This is interesting. They must know something we don't.
Morph, another time penalty. So we've got Yuri, Morph and Kevin all thinking the rain's going to kick in soon. It does look rather glum out there. We've got Bennett thinking it's going to kick in soon, but not just yet. Enough time to squeeze a couple of hot laps out of those soft tyres. And everyone from 9 up either hasn't dared pit due to track position, or is another one of those who feels like the rain is going to come out soon.
This is an interesting one.
Oh, and the Mutsnuts has cut a lot of the pit there.
I mean, he's going to the pits. Oh, I thought you had about speeding off a bit.
I'm just gonna...
But the Mutsnuts as well, onto soft tyres.
Bear with me 1 second, I just need to take a quick clip of this.
Is your screen paused by any chance?
Yeah. Ah, sorry. It's because I was recording something.
Alright.
I'm back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We've also had the Mutsnuts is on the softs as well.
I think I see a few little specks of rain. Safety car in this lap. So once again, Sam Robinson going to be backing everyone up.
many. Yeah, that was his dive into the pits. That's how I was recording.
No, right.
But here comes Sam to restart us again, and now he's gone. He's backed a lot of the pack up, and Czech has made a fantastic start. Has gained 2 places, but it's an illegal overtake, so he's going to have to back off and give the positions back. Oh, Czech's hit Thompson! Czech's hit Thompson, and Czech has spun. And he's trying to reverse on track, but he's hit his back wheel on the exit, and Czech forcing something there, which he shouldn't have done. Thompson will be very happy, but as Jay and Stikovic making moves in P5 and 6. Bennett up past Stikovic around the outside and streaking at Stikovic has span and lost it in turn 2 as well. Stikovic down to P12 now, Czech up into P11 after that spin. We've got Sam and Boo making moves past each other. Sam finally giving that lead up.
He's getting lapped by everyone. But an interesting one is somehow morphs up into P10 and you're in P8 on the inters. And there is rain. There is rain.
Yeah, rain in Sector 3, ladies and gentlemen, as we do riding on board with Shadow Realm, aka Ben. But yeah, again, how long until that wet weather kicks in?
I think we've got at least another lap.
Morphs in the pits. Bennett up past Jay. And Bennett and Jay, a little bit of contact. Bennett's gone wide. Jay will take that position back from Bennett. Just thank you very much. But all the meantime, Ant is looking on at Bennett and has taken the co-owner down the inside of the second DRS straight. Is now right behind Jay, very close to touching the back of that McLaren. And Ant accelerates just enough to force Bennett, looking like he's going to make a move down the inside. Bennett dips in and out of the slipstream. One of the soft tyres against the hards. What's Bennett going to do? No contact. Bennett down the inside. Fighting it all the way. Ant's going to have the better line down the next corner though. But look at that speed from Bennett. Just accelerating away. Just manages to gain the position on Ant. Making use of those soft tyres.
Second time penalty.
That's going to affect his race. Ben as well, past Sam. Oh, we've got fight down the pits. Oh, Thompson spun it.
Wait, it's the back of Jay.
Who hit the back of Jay?
Bennett.
And Bennett is sat there, and I believe we missed that. I saw Thompson spinning in the pit lane.
I literally just caught it. I was flipping through and all I saw was Bennett going to the back of Jay.
Ben still staying on the hard. 10 laps remaining.
Everyone's going on to the Inters now. Everyone who's pitted is on the Inters.
This is Yuri's race to lose as it stands. I think Kevin just retired in the pits.
Understandable, to be fair, there's 3 laps down.
Down to 12 drivers now. Jay dropping out the points there. Now on the intermediate tyres.
Cancel him off because Tom Craig has a penalty.
Oh, we've just had a board of Ant. Ant's lost it on the third to last corner. Beware around sector 3. Czech's got past him. Is he going to get it on track before Stikovic comes around? I think Stikovic is going to have the pace to overtake him though. He is. Stikovic down from P7 and Thompson is retired also.
Ooh, what happened there?
It's the corner before Ant spun. He spun it on, did the wheel. Oh, and Morse lost exactly the same place. His ultimate's going to go into Thompson's car. Oh, it just manages to pump the brakes enough. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another safety car. Morph's 5-second penalty for collision with Thompson there. I think that is something that's going to get wiped. Thompson's no, maybe not.
And Morse has just gone into the wall.
He's just spun, taking his end plate off. If he pits, that 5-second penalty might not get reversed, but it doesn't matter. He'll serve it anyway. It's safety car conditions again. So I was going to say that was Yuri's race to lose. It still is to lose. We should surely see Boo and the Mutts Nuts come into the pits now. That would give Yuri provisional lead. Then if everyone else pits as well, Czech and Stikovic, it's going to be Yuri from Shadow Realm and we still don't have Boo in the pits. Boo is trusting the harder compound tyre and going in on the mediums. We've got the Mutts Nuts coming in the pits as well. I assume that can only be for the intermediate tyres. But is Boo making a mistake? We've got Czech in the pits. Stikovic has stayed out on the mediums as well. Czech mediums.
Was hitting onto Inters.
Czech's on the soft. Czech's on the soft tyres. Czech doesn't think it's wet enough. Czech thinks that James has been talking to this girl as he comes out the pits because the softs indicate the track must be as dry as an nun's cunt. But we will look to keep an eye on Czech's progress to see his and Bennett's, the co-owners, making moves, thinking that it's going to be wet, but just not wet enough for the intermediate tyres. But we've got Boo on the mediums. Be interesting to see what sort of getaway Boo gets and if Yuri can keep up with him on those intermediate tyres.
Yeah, as we've just seen Thompson put in different general chat, I'm not happy with the standards shown at all tonight. So I think there might be a bit of a bollocking coming along.
And that is Boo in the pits on the soft tyres. Has Boo pitted a lap too late? It's going to be him all the way down in P8 now. With his teammate, it's going to be teammates battling on soft tyres. The interesting one now would be Stikovic, still running the medium compound in P2. Interested to see what sort of pace he'll have, surrounded by intermediate runners. Hugs, what about you? I mean, I'm looking, it's only very light rain. I can see it's not that cloudy. The track still looks dry. I think some of the drivers might have jumped the gun a little bit here, maybe, do you think?
Saying that, Yuri is still pulling off with 7 lap old Indians. But he was the first one to hit onto Indians because obviously we thought it was just a mix-up.
Yeah, and Yuri's somewhat playing an absolute blinder.
Shadowrun won't be complaining his teammate. Sorry. Getting him up into P3. But yeah, it's a crazy one. Whereas the free and seeing Sector 3 here, the rain is a bit heavier.
So just waiting for the drivers to catch up to the back of the grid. I don't believe the safety car's been announced that it's coming in yet, has it?
No, not yet. We've had a couple of people pit.
I'll say 9 laps remaining. No, I can't even count, sorry.
Top.
Can't count, it's not 9 laps, it's looking 6 laps remaining. Or 7, is it?
6. Well, 6 racing laps, 1 not like that.
Yeah. Say, looking at the position changes from the start of the grid, we've got Ben and Yuri, Alfa Romeo's on an absolute storm, locking out. No, not locking out, sorry, it's 1 and 3. But both gaining podium places. A pairing, a team that is together in this race this evening so far, gained 19 positions between the pair of them. No other team has done even anything close to it. Out of today, there is actually only 6 drivers that have got a positive race start in terms of positions gained. The rest of them have lost positions. Not something that we normally see, but as Hug said, the safety car is in, and it's Yuri on the intermediates to lead us away very slowly through Sector 3 now. Again, it's going to be interesting to see the sort of start Stikovic has. Definitely raining. There is a little bit of water on the helmet of Stikovic now, and you can see drops on the outer body of the car, of the Aston Martin.
Yeah, truck's slowly starting to get damp as well. But I think then people who just switched on to soft tyres won't be happy.
I think they're off, and I think Stikovic has got an absolutely shocking start. Ben's already all over the back of him. And look at the rest of the pack. The Mutsnuts, sorry, has gone past Ben as well. And the Mutsnuts has stuck it up the inside of Stikovic, and that's Ben through as well. But Ben's making an absolute storming move for P2. In turn 1, there's yellow flags around Sector 1, but Ben, if he makes his stick, this is going to be a wonderful move. 2 corners in a corner and a straight. 2 positions, sorry. And that is Ben's position. What a race from...
I think everyone's going to be pitting on to limiters now, because if you look at the track, it is a lot damper than it was.
It does look that way, Hugs. It's going to ruin a number of people's races. Look at those 5 drivers on the soft compound. Sam overtaking Booth, P7. bringing his teammate right onto the back of him, but Yuri, look at the pace, already over a second ahead of Ben. Ben then a second ahead of the Mutz, and the Mutz is getting closed down by Czech. But I tell you what, Hugs, there's been no DRS deactivated yet. That is a true tell of when it's too wet. Nothing as of yet, and there's no spray.
I think it'll be next lap. That's personally what I'm saying.
Oh, and Czech getting all sorts of out of shape there through the corner, and that's going to bring Jay onto the back of him. Jay making up into moving to P3, and I kind of for P4, sorry. But what an absolute blinder Alfa and McLaren have played today. They've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's like Red Bull and McLaren, Mercedes in real life. Sorry. Last year.
I think they were all the ones that pitted onto Indus first.
Yeah, I mean, Stikovic is pitted for fresh softs. I'm not too sure why. Maybe going for the fastest lap, but I think it's too wet for softs.
Well, we'll see it now as they come round to the pit entry point.
Morph all over the back of.
There goes Czech.
I was watching Morph then. He was all over the back of Sam. I think it's definitely intermediate weather.
Yeah, definitely it.
All those soft runners now. The only one that is remaining ahead of the wet tyre runners is Sam, who is getting closed down by Morph. Every corner. 3 laps remaining. We've got Ben and Yuri making a move. I think that might have been Yuri letting his teammate through. It's Bennett. Bennett spun in turn 1. Just on the exit of it, possibly. Yeah, but here we've got 2 teammates. 2 sets of teammates pulling each other along. Both Alfa Romeos over 2 seconds ahead of the McLarens, who are over 3 seconds ahead of the next car, being Morph, having overtaken Sam a couple of corners previously. Puts him up in speed 5.
You were Ben right now in a party with Yuri. What would your exact words be?
You legend for letting me through.
That would be you legend. Now back them McLarens up for me.
Yeah, I want Ben to take this victory home. I really do. I almost feel like watching him is jinxing him. Just dipping in on him every now and again to check on how he's doing. Bennett with a 3-second time warning. The Mutz Nuts though, what is his penalty? 6 seconds. That's going to ruin the double McLaren position. Jay actually making the move on him now, and that is going to stick well before the corner. But the Mutz Nuts
enters, so the track is a lot more wetter now.
It is, but the Mutz Nuts is coming back down the outside of this next right-hander. They are equal going into the corner. Jay has it though coming out, and I think the Mutz Nuts is going to go for a cutback, but Jay cuts it off and says, "Not in my lifetime, senor." Jay keeps the position. Stikovic with a 3-second time penalty down in P11. I think that's already him out at the points as it is. Oh, and Jay's got a penalty as well. Just riding on board as he received that. Just dipped a tyre too much.
It's not McLaren's there. This is not what they wanted.
No. Only 4 drivers haven't received penalties. Both Alfa Romeos, booing, and speaking of which, are all over the back of Sam. It's just been a load of slippy softs after each other now.
I think they're just trying to hold on the best they can to all these with a penalty.
Yeah, just getting as much time as possible. I'm not sure if we'll have 1 lap of DRS at the end. And Morph has overtaken the Mutz Nuts for P4. With penalties though, is that gonna 6 and 3 for Morph? Morph is 3, the Mutz is 6.
This is going to be an interesting final lap.
Indeed, hopefully we don't see drivers push it too hard.
The other person I could see.
Oh, we've got Anne going around the outside of Boo. Boo got all sorts out of shape there on the Pullman corner.
Yeah, I've just watched that. I'm watching it for YouTube. That was some nice move there.
Brilliant move from the Mercedes driver to put him up to P6. It's Sam. Sam has spun it, which puts the drivers ahead up another position, but Boo is all over the back of Anne. I think Boo's having some traction issues there, just putting his foot down. He's lost over a second there on the exit of that corner. But we've got the Mutts all over, Morph, all over Jay now. The last corners. What can Morph do? Is he going to be able to get a penalty? Both penalties are 3 seconds, so any overtake is going to be vital for the two drivers. We've got the Mutts nuts off the track in the last couple of corners. Here comes Morph. Is he going to stick it up the inside of the last corner? I think it's going to be very dangerous if he does. He needs a better exit. Jay's full traction is going to serve him wonders though, and he has got P3 for Jay. But before anything else gets said, hats off to Ben. What a race from himself.
He's my driver for there.
100%. I did a little bit frustrated with his retirement in the sprint race, but he came back all guns blazing to take the race win and then to make that victory even sweeter. His teammate Yuri having an absolute blind of a race and being the smartest driver on the grid to judge that pit stop for the Inters ever so perfectly.
That was some pit strategy.
Yeah, had him P1 for the majority of the race after that tyre change. Jay as well, very well to defend off Morph the last 2 or 3 laps for the last podium place on the grid. And then Hugs, I'll allow you to do the honours from P3 down.
That was an interesting race, especially towards the end with the switch over onto the Inters. Some call it a little bit too early, some call it a little bit too late, and switch it back onto softs. And then, like we've said, the Alfa Romeos, especially Yuri's, perfect pit strategy there. They should get them in the Ferrari pit wall. And we've got Ben, fantastic race, P1, JP2, Yuri P3, and Morph P4, which is like his highest career race finish.
Who's?
Morph's.
I'm not sure if it's
I think it is. And obviously we've got Boo P5, Sam Robinson, who I actually feel sorry for, he led most of the race here. And one slight little problem sent him down to P6. Then Iron Blades P7, Emeralds P8 with all them penalties, Page P9, and Bennett P10. Obviously we've got the Aston Martin, sorry, of Stickfitch P11, then check P12. I don't think there's no point saying the rest because they'll DNF.
No, Mark was the quit from session, last server no longer a part. Thompson in the Ferrari, and both Williams, Badgeman and Kevin both crashed out. So another wonderful, exciting race to commentate on. I believe my voice cracked many times, many incidents, many safety cars. As we promised, believe me and you, Hugs, should get a fucking an article out in the Post and Mystic Megget, because we predicted drama, and drama was what ensued there.
Release a magazine, Indigo Daily.
Yeah, I would love to get Ben in the party, but I believe Ben isn't one for party talk, unfortunately. So from...
Who do you think we'll get in?
I don't know. No one worth speaking to, apart from Yuri or Ben, but we'll call it quits there. It's fine.
we'll hop into the
Yeah.
party and we'll talk to them separately. But yeah, so everyone, thank you for obviously joining us. Hugs, anything from you before we finish?
No, not really. No, just again, it was a fantastic race, especially towards the end.
Yeah, lots of drama, lots of last-minute overtaking opportunities there. Yeah, so from obviously Hugs and from myself, thank you for joining us for another week of thrilling racing here at Indigo Racing. Catch us on Sunday at 6 o'clock, where we will be racing Spain. I want to think it's Spain. I think it's Spain next week. The Circuit de Catalunya, the
Yeah,
updated
it is, yeah.
version. Yeah. So yeah, next week Spain, Sunday 6 o'clock. See you there. And from myself, good night.
For me as well. Good night, guys.